back in the 50s and 60s, it was the bungalow. The bungalow was king, right? We didn't see split levels that we saw in the 70s, but the bungalows were popular because they were a more affordable way to build a home back in that time. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Mark and Natalie Newstater with eXp Realty here in Calgary. We've got a fun video today. We think this is our top 5 70s communities in Calgary. It was a super groovy, super cool kind of time. We had the bell bottoms, we had the disco.
You had the different wallpaper in every room as well as different colored carpet. It was fantastic. Avocado,
yes, avocado fridges, Harvest Gold.
Harvest Gold.
And so before we get to our top 5, we want to tell you a few things that kind of make 70s homes unique and where did they actually come from. So back in the 50s and 60s, it was the bungalow. The bungalow was king, right? We didn't see split levels that we saw in the 70s, but the bungalows were popular because they were a more affordable way to build a home back in that time. When the 70s happened, we started seeing that sunken living room. They called it the conversation pit.
The conversation pit with that Scandinavian orange fireplace in the middle. Oh, yeah, I love that.
We have a friend who restores those.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
I'm gonna steal it from him.
Yeah, shoot a comment below if you'd like to see more about those fireplaces. But so we had an explosion of building. There was more affluence. And so people were starting to explore different types of design styles, in particular the split levels, right? With the big vaulted ceilings with the beams and the tongue and groove, and even some bungalow that we sold in Parkland a couple years ago had that same feature, and it was gorgeous.
Yes.
And then of course you always think of the Brady house, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I referenced. It's very, really cool, but big stone facades on the walls, and it was a time for exploring, I guess. But
absolutely. Yeah, and you know, the split levels became popular because they still maximize space on your lot. And then we got the contemporary homes. You saw some super contemporary homes.
Yes, very much so.
See some of those in Oakridge, and communities like that. And so here's some of the benefits of 70s homes, and don't go away, we're getting to our top 5. But of course you're gonna be in a more mature neighborhood. The trees are gonna be bigger. You're gonna have schools in the neighborhood, probably closer to the city center. Of course, as Calgary has sprawled, the newer communities are further out, right? You're gonna have those unique designs in many cases and hopefully a larger lot too. So, but before you leave, at the end, stick around for a bonus tip because there's a couple of things you need to worry about if you're looking at a 70s home, especially if it hasn't been renovated. But with that in mind, let's get to the top 5. Get to it already, right? All right, so here's our top 5 communities that were built largely in the 70s. There's gonna be sprinkling of homes maybe in the 60s and 80s, but we tried to find some that were at least mostly built in the 70s. And number 5 on our list is Dalhousie. Up in the Northwest, I think one of the standout features of Dalhousie is where it is, right? Like it's smack kind of dab in the middle of that Northwest Crowchild Trail corridor. You've got great access to LRT, like literally the Dalhousie LRT stop there, 53rd Street. You've got Dalhousie Station. You got schools in the area. There's different home styles there. So depending on what budget you're looking at, some of these communities, you know, don't have that. So Dalhousie might be a better option for you. And so Dalhousie is number 5 on our list. And number 4 on our list?
Canyon Meadows. So Canyon Meadows is a bigger community. It's in the southwest part of the city. So it is south of Anderson Road, west of McLeod, east of 14th Street, and at other ends, it's on Fish Creek Park. It's a great community. It has all types of different houses. You've got anything from starter homes to estate homes in there. You have got multiple levels of schooling there, including Catholic and public. And there are a couple of specialty schools. I believe there's a Spanish immersion there for elementary. And they also have Dr. E.P. Scarlett High School. Go Lancers, that's where I went, and my daughter, which is a really unique program because it has an AP program in it as well. So it's a very desirable community for families. You also have the City of Calgary Aquatic Center there, as well as tennis courts and a gym in that facility. So it's just a really nice area. And it's right by Canyon Meadows Golf Course, which is stunning.
Yes.
And you also have full access to Fish Creek. So it's a great neighborhood.
Yeah, and there's some super cool townhouse condo developments that are right close to Fish Creek when you go south of Canyon Meadows Boulevard, Canyon Meadows Drive, pardon me. You're going to have those townhouse developments, that's kind of a little bit of a newer area. So again, this area had some homes built in the 80s, built in the 90s, but you'll still see a ton of 70s builds in Canyon Meadows. Number 3 on the list, and I didn't do this on purpose, but it just kind of worked out that way, is Natalie's former home community of Oakridge. Now, Oakridge, it really could be number 1. There's so many amenities there. Natalie's going to talk about the schools and her experience of 17 years raising her daughters there, but I'm going to talk about the few of the nuts and bolts of Oakridge. So you do get a lot of the bungalows for sure, but there are some epic 70s split levels. We sold a home there a couple of years ago. I think that was a 5-level split. Just super cool designs. They just don't build anymore.
Yes.
And I think it's largely, I would think, cost related. I'm not 100% sure why I would have to get a builder to tell me that, but but just some great home designs, beautiful green spaces right in the community, let alone the access to South Glenmore Park with the sailing club, the splash park, all the trails. And then on the west edge of the community, you've got the off-leash park. And now the access is good to the rest of the city. It is good now. Didn't used to be so much, but now it is great with the 90th, with Southland going right out to Stony Trail. So you're just minutes to the new Casa Shopping Center with Costco as the main anchor there. So Natalie, now give us your spin on 17 years living in Oakridge.
I loved Oakridge. It's a great community, all the little hidden pathways, which a lot of these communities do have, these older ones. So you've got pathway access to all different parts of the community. It had a great indoor-outdoor rink there. It had just lots of the tennis courts as well. But the hockey, indoor-outdoor rinks. So the one thing I loved was they had Louis Riel School, which is a K-9 school, which there's not many left in the city. I think there's 6 or 7 left in the city. And it was fabulous. Both my girls attended K-9 there and then went on to different communities for high school. But they made their best friends in that school. And it was unique at the time because it was a K-9. My kids could come home for lunch every day, which was a bonus. But now it is a gate and a science community, or science school, pardon me, which is a really very cool, very sought after programs in the city. So it is, a lot of people are moving there because they want their children to attend either one of those programs, because you can't, it's a little harder to get in if you're outside of the community. So that is a big draw for people. Now, if you don't want your kids to go to that program, you can go to Cedar Brae School, which is an excellent school as well. And then junior high would be at John Ware. And there is a Catholic K-9 school, I believe, in Cedar Brae as well, or it used to be. So I'd have to confirm that.
We'll confirm. We'll confirm.
Great neighborhood.
All right, so that's Oakridge. Number 2 on our list, Silver Springs. So we're going back up to the northwest. We've done some recent home sales in that area, and it is a stunner. I mean,
it's
people
gorgeous.
love Silver Springs for a reason. You drive in there, and you just kind of feel cozy. You feel like you're home. I don't know what it is about the community, but so it's obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, but it is west on Crowchild, on the south side of Crowchild. And so you have great LRT access again, and really that whole corridor up there, as I mentioned earlier, has good train access. Home styles will vary. Again, you do get some starter homes. You're going to get some semi-detached, some row townhouses, kind of a wide variety of homes there. It is home to the Silver Springs Golf Course, private course up there, which is beautiful as well. But it's just a great feeling community. It gives me a little bit of the Oakridge vibes.
Yes,
but
very much so.
A little bit different, some great views depending on where you are in the community. And then you're super close to Crowfoot, to that Dalhousie Station shopping center, to Market Mall. So you're just minutes to all of that because you're at a really good location up there in Silver Springs. And then number 1 on our list. We've gotten to number 1. Finally, it's like, get to it already. All right, so number 1 on our list is Parkland.
Parkland.
Yeah, beautiful community. It's one of those, so it's just south of Lake Bonavista. So it's on the south side of Canyon Meadows Drive. It borders Bow Bottom Trail on the east side, and it kind of wedges in, so it doesn't really have a western border outside of Fish Creek. And that's the real standout feature of Parkland. 2 things that really stand out is Fish Creek kind of surrounds it on the southeast, southwest, and east sides.
Yes.
And then it's mostly detached homes. Like
I think there's only one complex, like an older adult complex, and that's on the ridge overlooking Bow Bottom Trails. So it's very unique. You don't see that a lot in the city at all.
No. If memory serves, I believe it was Keith Builders that did that community as well as like Bonavista, as well as Midnapore. If you missed our Midnapore community tour, check that out. But they were kind of renowned. You know, we've sold quite a few homes in Parkland, and they're all just unique. They just have something unique to them. They're just not cookie cutter, if I'm being honest. I mean, that's, you know, I know builders do that now. They do them similar to save costs, but that's what you get. Is you know, the bungalow we sold, I'll try and throw a picture up, but had these great vaulted ceilings, tongue and groove. That would cost you like $1 million now with the cost of lumber.
Probably.
Yeah.
And for a bungalow to have that, a big bungalow with that beautiful vault at the back, chef's kiss.
Couple other things about Parkland that you need to know. So schools in the area, and then the big feature too is Park 96, which is their local community center. Huge park is part of that. They had a summer concert series. Of course, you can book out cookhouses and the community center and all that good stuff. So Parkland is the #1 on our list. And now, thank you for sticking around for the whole video, guys. And here's the bonus tip. So if you are looking at homes in the 70s, here's a couple things to look out for. #1, aluminum windows and doors. You're definitely going to want to look at getting those replaced as soon as humanly possible, especially the windows, because those will be not energy efficient at all. And then the other thing is there was a lot of aluminum electrical wiring that was used in the 70s, and that has been known to cause fires. There is a way to get around that by getting them pigtailed at the termination points, whether that's a light switch or an electrical outlet, which as far as I know, that does pass with home insurance companies. As always, consult yours before doing that kind of, I wouldn't call it a renovation, but a fix. So that's it. That's our top 5 70s communities. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up for that YouTube algorithm. If you like our content, please consider subscribing to the channel and ring that notification bell so you know when we're putting out our next video, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.